The Monterey Peninsula. Each year, people from every corner of the globe discover this mecca of fine dining, wine tasting, recreation, and relaxation. On par with the finest of international destinations, it holds surprises around every bend. Let's take a look at what makes the Monterey Peninsula a place apart. Nestled into the southern edge of Monterey Bay on California's Pacific coast, the city of Monterey enchants all who visit with its colorful past and unique attractions. Sometimes called California's first city, this biologically rich haven has been called home to Native Americans, Spanish missionaries, and explorers, as well as fishermen of all sorts attracted by the sea's bounty. Monterey is home to many of the state's firsts, including California's first theater. The intriguing mix of salt-sprayed rock and boisterous seafarers has caught the attention of many artists over the years. Today, the waterfront street stands in memorial to the once bustling fishing industry that thrived here. The noise and aroma of the canneries have faded into history. The sea captains and dockhands have made way for tourists on the hunt for a glimpse of a sea lion, or maybe just an ice cream cone. At the north end of Cannery Row, we find possibly its biggest attraction, the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Housed in what was the last functioning cannery in the area, the aquarium attracts visitors from around the globe. Home to hundreds of varieties of marine life and boasting one of the world's largest single panes of glass, the aquarium brings visitors unimaginably deep into breathtaking seascapes. Adults and children alike gaze in awe at the underwater world. Another of Monterey's big attractions is the ever-charming Fisherman's Wharf. Busy and jovial, the former wholesale fish market now teems with open-air clam bars, jewelry, and souvenir shops. This historic site has something for all ages and tastes. The wharf is a great place to start your Monterey adventure with easy walking access to Cannery Row and nearby Pacific Grove. In Monterey, communing with nature is never a difficult task. Here, we're never far from a marine sanctuary or conservation area. Maintaining ocean wildlife and marine ecosystems is a top priority, and it shows throughout the majestic pine forests, sand dunes, and oceanscapes. The Pacific Ocean helps give this city its Mediterranean climate. Residents and visitors enjoy the mild temperatures that average at 65 degrees. Some are attracted by the possibility of spying a majestic whale surfacing for air, or dipping below the waves and descending into an alien world of jellyfish and stingrays. Others come for some laid-back beach time, fantastic seafood, and shopping. Looking to the future as it maintains its fascinating past, Monterey's diversity thoughtfully offers excitement and repose. Explore all the possibilities that await in California's first city. Pacific Grove, fashioned with the nickname America's last hometown, it wows old and young with scenic beauty and small-town charm. Sitting on the northern tip of the Monterey Peninsula, Pacific Grove is a quaint community brimming with historic architecture and unique wildlife. Unfazed by famous neighbors, Pebble Beach and Monterey, Pacific Grove quietly displays its important landmarks and inspiring vistas. Upon arrival, visitors might first take notice of the neighborhoods teeming with richly colored Victorian houses and storefronts. In fact, the city contains more of these painted beauties per capita than anywhere else in the country. Whether on a guided tour or just wandering a peaceful avenue, you'll find yourself transported to the fledgling years of the 20th century. From its architecture to its landscape, Pacific Grove is awash in brilliant color. Even the wildlife displays fantastic hues, earning itself yet another title, Butterfly Town, USA. The area is host to an annual flurry of monarch butterflies. Locals celebrate their friends' migration with a butterfly parade every October. Lending a hand to passing ships for longer than it may care to remember, Point Pinos Lighthouse is the oldest continually operating lighthouse on the West Coast. Come check out the historic charm and small-town hospitality of Pacific Grove. With its unsurpassed views and plentiful natural treasures, it's not to be missed. After spending time along the peninsula's romantic coastline, check out life in the ultra-fast lane with a visit to the West Coast's premier racing destination, Laguna Seca Raceway. The circuit has hosted motorcycle and auto racing since 1957 and features the famed corkscrew turn, challenging drivers and wowing fans for decades. From classic Mustangs to the sleekest modern sports cars, if it's fast, you'll find it at Laguna Seca Raceway. The perfect setting for a memorable wine country vacation, steeped in wilderness, ideal for adventurers and home to some of the country's most bountiful farmland. Welcome to Salinas Valley. Dig into a salad anywhere in the States, and there's a good chance your greens sprouted right here in these fertile fields. Sometimes called America's Salad Bowl, the list of produce from the region is impressive. Not only a haven to the likes of lettuce and spinach, Salinas Valley is a renowned viticultural region. Surrounded by miles of vineyards creating top-notch wines, why not hop on the wine trail to sip a glass yourself? Every year, tourists and locals trek from tasting room to tasting room, sampling the delicious bounty of the valley. For some historical perspective on the area, visit the National Steinbeck Center in the city of Salinas. The museum sheds light on a hometown favorite, writer John Steinbeck. The Nobel Prize-winning author created numerous novels set in Salinas Valley and the surrounding area. Not far away, we find the mighty Salinas River. The largest in Central California, the river serves as a wildlife corridor and lifeblood to the surrounding farmland. Follow the river downstream to Moss Landing, where it empties into the Pacific Ocean. This region is home to California's largest wetland. Home to more than 340 species of birds, Elkhorn Slough attracts avid birders from around the globe. Generous green fields, unique landscapes, and exciting attractions. Salinas Valley nourishes the spirit and body. It holds a little something for everyone. Carmel by the sea. Graced with white sand beaches, windswept cypress, and hazy, subdued avenues, this quaint hamlet brings us into our own fairy tale. After the 1906 earthquake, many artists fled the devastated city and set down roots here in Carmel, beginning what would become a long-standing wealth of artistic activity in the city. Walking among the shops and galleries of modern Carmel, we find work inspired by the same landscapes that drew artists here so many decades before. Attempting to maintain its unadulterated charm, the city has adopted some interesting strategies. Gazing up at the stars is no problem with the absence of streetlights. Homes have no traditional addresses, using proximity to intersections and landmarks instead. All to pursue the stated plan of continuing to be a village in a forest overlooking a white sand beach. Stroll through this picturesque village and you see their work has paid off. Full of intriguing boutiques, galleries, and restaurants, Carmel is a delight. Take a historic walking tour down Ocean Avenue and get to know the sights. For a slice of the old world, visit the Carmel Mission. A National Historic Landmark, the mission dates back to the 1770s and serves as the only mission in California to have retained its original bell tower dome. Today, this historic structure is home to a museum and shares its grounds with a private school. Just outside of Carmel, on Highway 1, we find another enduring piece of living history, the Carmelite Monastery. With its timeless architecture and beautifully maintained gardens, it's not to be missed. A competition of elegance. Pebble Beach's Concours d'Elegance puts the art of motoring on display like nowhere else in the world. The annual event attracts masses of collectors and enthusiasts excited to see the most stunning automotive designs of yesteryear. Hosted on the 18th hole of the fabulous Pebble Beach golf course, this is not your typical car show. The event is as much a social event as a competition, featuring art exhibitions, auctions, and presentations by today's leading car designers and manufacturers. Whether American muscle cars or European roadsters whet your appetite, search the concours and you're sure to stumble upon your personal dream machine. If hunting down a tasty glass of vino is on your list, venture to nearby Carmel Valley. With numerous tasting rooms, golf courses, fine dining, and hotels, the area is awash with activity. After a day of shopping and exploring, make your way to this pristine beach and enjoy a sunset like no other. Indelibly marked by its intimate connection to the arts and its pristine natural wonders, Carmel will linger in your imagination for years to come. Spend a few moments on the rocky coastline or the winding trails of Point Lobos State Park, and it quickly becomes clear how it earned the title Crown Jewel of the California Park System. Squeezed into this relatively small area is an astounding amount of diversity. Point Lobos awakens the senses with the salty spray of crashing waves, fields of billowing wildflowers, and ancient twisting trees. The natural beauty of Point Lobos has always attracted and inspired artists. Throughout the years, dozens of films have used the area to dramatic effect. Multitudes of land and sea animals call Point Lobos home. Below the surface of the crashing sea lies a whole different world of plants and animals. But you don't have to suit up and dive in to get an idea of what's under the water. This 3D model of the reserve enables everyone to take the plunge. No air tank necessary. Truly a living monument, the park is at once a calming and exhilarating experience. Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Point Lobos holds unique treasures waiting to be discovered. Romantic, mysterious, fun. Big Sur is a catch-all getaway destination suited to intrigue young and old alike. Every day, the stage is set for wide-eyed visitors to observe the ultimate meeting of land and sea. Gaining its unique name from the original Spanish, El Sur Grande, or the Big South, this roughly 90-mile stretch of coastline leads us from Carmel down to the doorstep of Hearst Castle. With its wealth of towering trees, rugged cliffs, and secret beaches, the area remained an inaccessible wilderness for much of America's existence. The eventual completion of what we now know as Highway 1 brought great changes to the region. In 1965, these twisting lanes were named the country's first scenic highway. Although Highway 1 ushered in a new modern era for Big Sur, its hardy residents pushed to make sure the land maintained its natural status. Artists and seekers from all walks of life have spent time basking in the region's many charms. Author Henry Miller retired to the solitude of these hills, escaping modern life. Today, Big Sur revels in its relative isolation and attracts those who wish to have a peek at the kind of treasures only nature can provide. Making your way down the coast, it's hard not to find yourself stopping at the hint of a beautiful beach half hidden behind the cliffs, or pull into every roadside shop or restaurant. Beware, Big Sur enchants even the most reserved travelers. Check out one of 9 state parks along your drive. Located in Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park, McWay Falls is one of just a handful of waterfalls on the West Coast. Watch your step as you snap a shot of this 80-foot cascade splashing into the Pacific. Boasting as many microclimates as it does stunning hues and textures, the area supports an incredible amount of biodiversity. Towering redwoods, live oak, and rare wild orchids all call Big Sur home. Keep your eyes on the sky, as you never know when the next condor might make its round. Brimming with scenic beauty and unique attractions, it's no wonder Big Sur is where the world comes to take a break and take it all in. With natural wonders as unique as the people who call it home, the Monterey Peninsula never fails to inspire. Whether it's an afternoon of shopping in Carmel or an extended stay down the coast, you'll never forget this enchanting locale. Natural, historic, and charming. Come meet the Monterey Peninsula.